American guys are going across the country to find Filipina slaves.
What did I do today?
What did you do? You cooked dinner. You went to the grocery store before that, got everything you needed, and you cleaned the room, the whole room, and put away my clothes without me asking.
And do I feel like a slave because of it? No, because what did you do today?
What did I do? I got you Starbucks in the morning, your favorite, and a flower. And I threw out the trash. You were gonna throw out the trash, but I saw you struggling with it. And then I put up a shelf. And
It's not a game of who does more for who. It's about doing something for your partner without them having to ask for it. And even if I do the little things, he's always so appreciative, which makes me wonder what's going on over there in America.
And I really noticed this once I left America, is we threw out all of our old rules, our old dating culture, and now we don't know what's appropriate. So like if your girlfriend comes over and cooks you dinner, is she perpetrating the patriarchy, or is she just doing something nice for you? And I feel like we're just in a transition period in the dating culture in America, and it kind of sucks.
With some wet ass pussy. That's your lady.
In Philippines, we don't say coffee. We say coffee. Cheers.
Gusta, Ashley?
Divino.
Es muy bonito aquí. ¿Sí?
I got you, bro. So what's nice is I'm in the Philippines right now, and you don't need to make a lot of money, which is the key that's going to put you above everyone else if you're trying to be a digital nomad. Because listen, you can make $20 an hour, $30 an hour, and be living like a king, right? So you want to apply. If you want to just get out here right now, I would apply for customer service jobs, customer success jobs. Those roles are oftentimes remote. You don't need a college degree, and you can get into them quickly. Now, a lot of people are gonna say those jobs don't allow you to work remote overseas, blah, blah, blah. Now, I would recommend you looking at the 4-hour work week and some of the email templates to your managers. But if that doesn't work, there's a service called Keep Your Home IP. Now, I'm a computer science major. There is no way they're gonna be able to tell you are working overseas if you use this service. Super, super good. Now, if you want to make more money and elevate your life even more, I would recommend getting into some tech certificates, data analytics, cybersecurity, all that. Really, really great.
If there's one thing the Hocus Pocus movies have taught me, it is that bad things happen when you're a virgin. So, go be a hoe.
So I'm going to ask you directly.
Yeah.
Do you want a divorce?
I do want a divorce.
So you want to be done?
Yeah. I don't care if she send me back to my country. I just want a peace of mind. I just want a peace of mind. She's not giving me the peace of mind. I'm doing everything for her. You know, I'm not getting that appreciation. You know, when somebody do something for you, you give appreciation. That person will want to do more.
So you're hearing this directly. He's saying he wants a divorce.
Green card bro wants out.
Processing it? Are you receiving that?
Processing?
Yeah.
So, that is it. I told her what I want. I want a divorce in the marriage. Because I can't live my life like this. Yeah, that is it.
Just watch how at ease he is as his Filipino wife does traditional African dance.
I just have one question. You went after the passport bros, but did you ever check the white men that do this? I mean, I could just be queerly paranoid, but something just seems off about your approach.
So, what do you suggest the women in the West do if everyone's advice is for men in the West to look elsewhere for a wife? What happens to all the women in the West then?
Well, that one study we referenced that said by 2030 or something, 50% of women will be without a man. So that's the direction we're heading, because the men that are looking for those traditional values are starting to go overseas, and then the other half of the men are just checking out completely. They don't want to deal with women at all. So this is going to be a big issue that women are going to deal with in the future as their options dwindle.
Here's what happened. I went to Jamaica. I made the stupid choice to have a one-night stand. I came home from Jamaica. I found myself very, very sick. I could not get out of bed. This was within about 1 week. I could not get out of bed. I was blacking out. If I did get out of bed, I was passing out. I wasn't eating. I was very dehydrated. I went to the emergency room. They sent me home probably 5 or 6 times with a random diagnosis. And then when they finally decided to check me in, I stayed in the hospital. They did every possible test. They were running blood work all the time. They couldn't find what was wrong. It took an infectious disease doctor to come and think to do a spinal tap. And I will forever, ever, ever be thankful to that doctor for coming to my rescue and thinking to do a spinal tap, because it wasn't showing up in my blood. Because it doesn't show up in your blood for 3 to 6 months, but it does show up in a spinal tap. Ask my doctor.
The only souvenirs you should be bringing back is the ones at the gift shop.
Passport sisters.
If that isn't a sign about modern women, I don't know what is. What goes around comes around. I'm sure wearing purple hair in another country screamed toxic to all the great local men, like a poisonous frog. And so she attracted what she deserved, because I'm pretty sure she's single for a reason. I'm sure there's a wake of American men that she has screwed over, which brings me to today's video, which is about a feminist so-called news channel, the Young Turds. They never broken a news story nor have done real journalism. Yep, they were YouTube's former CEO Susan's favorite news channel. That's why the Young Turds got the red carpet rolled out by YouTube. If they live stream, YouTube will promote them to everybody, and despite having 5 million followers, they can get 100,000 views per video. Like, most of their video views are similar to this channel, a little more on average despite having 5,000% more subs. I don't know if people forgot to unsub from them, or the subs are bots, or people just can't unsub from the channel. Or maybe even YouTube purposefully doesn't show the videos on the followers feed, knowing that if they see the videos, they'll remember to unsub. Anyways, you know they'll have a bad take on whatever they talk about. The name of the video is called Passport Bros Are Fed Up with American Women, and I have to give them credit. It's a great title, accurately reflects the situation here in the West. Except the title would be even more precise and truthful if they added used up before the American women. As in, the Passport Bros are fed up with used up American women. Alright, let's get balls deep into this. Before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Leroy Porkins, who shared, "No one wants to recycle dirty diapers." That just sounds nasty, but ain't that the truth? So please, don't forget to reach out to my email to claim your $5. As always guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. Could be the funniest, the most liked, or just one that stuck out to me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you could be our next winner. So be sure to hit that like and sub button, as it helps out a ton. So now let's get right back into the video guys.
Embrace your masculinity.
But that gentleman is part of a subculture in America. They're referred to as the Passport Bros. Who are the Passport Bros? Well, they're individuals who aren't really satisfied with their options here in the United States. And so they are traveling the world in search of a partner, of a wife, of someone to share their lives with. John, let's watch more.
Oh, you have Passport Bros?
What is a passport?
Okay, Passport Bros are men that are so fed up with Western women because we're all apparently so woke and so terrible, and Western women don't want to be wives, that they are now going to other countries to find wives.
That's like which countries?
Southeast Asia, the Philippines, the Dominican Republic.
So it's like the opposite of the mail order bride.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
Okay, so they're, instead of ordering out, instead of using stamps.com.
Yeah, and bringing them here,
Right,
they're like,
they're
we want to get out.
Travelocity. It feels more expensive, but.
It is. And so a lot of these men get remote jobs. And so they go there and they live in these countries and then they meet these women. And then women in the Western world, specifically the United States, are so pissed off about it. And they're like, you're going to all these countries where these women don't even know how to speak English. They can't even read. They're so uneducated. And then the men like film themselves with these women and like show themselves on dates. And the women are so elegant and they're so well spoken and they're so traditional.
Going somewhere where the dollar can be stretched further and you think you'll have more control over the women that you enter into a relationship. That's not new. That's a really old thing. So, and you can do it. By the way, the thing that I don't know that guy in the first video. The thing that's the issue isn't what they're doing. It's the way that they are trying to clearly make sure we know that there's a spin to it in their videos. Like,
she gets it right. Any decent guy who's been screwed over or overlooked by most females in America, if they see one video of a passport bro who looks like the average male in the West, having fun in another country with hot, nice traditional women, they're hooked. They're getting their passports and booking a trip or planning a full move to find their future wife. And this has been going on for years. There's a lot of former military men who decide to retire in other countries, usually a country they did a military operation in. It's nothing new, just a new name. As for the male feminist host, who's salty, he repeats a typical feminist lie that the passport bros get women who can't speak English so they can control them better. Firstly, birdbrain, if these foreign women don't speak English, then how can they take orders to be controlled? Also, genius, how does speaking English benefit these foreign women when they live in another country that doesn't speak English? It's the passport bro that moves to that foreign country that's at the mercy of that country. It's a massive risk. They're an outsider and an obvious foreigner since they're usually another race when among the local population. And to these bedwenches, a regular relationship where the female follows her man is quote-unquote him controlling her. No, she's willfully following the leader, just like employees of a company are following the CEO's lead. Back into the video.
but when your whole thing is advertising to other men as an influencer, because you're the one putting out those videos, he's like, don't give me your grade school things. I didn't make you film that video. You put it out there because you're trying to sell a lifestyle, and the lifestyle is luxurious exploitation. That's what you're trying to, and you could do that, that's fine.
According to this mangina, spending your hard-earned money in another country that's poorer is exploitation. I always thought these poor areas would want more money spent in their economy, especially from richer people because it would be a cash injection. If that's so-called exploitation, then why are deadbeat single moms who have kids that they can't afford called, and most of them only have kids so they can collect food stamps, welfare, and child support? Are they not exploiting the hard-working taxpayers who pay taxes for better roads, not to support a bedwench? Oh, that's right. He'd make the feminists mad and probably get fired for holding deadbeat single moms accountable. I forgot the Young Turds are a feminist news channel. Back to the video.
No, I hear what you're saying, by the way. Like, I have no problem with men doing this if they feel that this is what they need to do to find someone. Listen,
it's not just men, by the way. Women don't go abroad to meet people?
I mean, maybe they do. I'm unfamiliar with that practice.
Isn't like eat, pray, love, isn't love one of the three? Like, I think that's what people do.
I don't think there's a subculture of women in America who are like, men in the US suck, and so I'm gonna go to Thailand to find my husband.
Yeah.
That's an admitted L, self-owned for feminists. Women from the West don't go abroad because most men don't want these second-hand women for marriage, because they know these females aren't qualified to be a wife or a girlfriend. They don't cook nor clean, and they're loud. They're an embarrassment to any self-respecting man. It's just that American men are used to the garbage and not know any different. Continuing with the video.
In all seriousness, like, to me, what it communicates to the rest of the world when videos like that are posted that are just meant to insult, what they don't realize is they're communicating to the world. I had a lot of trouble finding someone who was willing to date me, and so I went elsewhere where I think the culture has women who are more submissive. Like, that's the way it comes across.
That's all it is, yeah.
That's exactly one of the reasons. American women want to compete against their man, while foreign traditional women want to compete for their man. And our naysayers like you see Anna infer that the passport bros are inept or lame because they can't get women in America, when in reality, they don't want to. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Why would I work 3 times as hard to get what most countries see as a used-up female in the West, while I can have quality women pursue me in a traditional country for a serious relationship?
How tall are you, bro? Trina prove a point.
I'm 5'8", so you must be super short.
The Latin girls is very short, no? And petite.
They're
But
petite.
no old.
See, yeah, not all. I feel tall here. I feel like I'm a giant. Yeah, she's fun size. She's super fun.
A young minion.
He's 5'8", which is considered short for most American females, as many of them want 6 feet or taller. He's balding, and he makes around $15 an hour, as you saw earlier in the video, doing customer service calls. That's as average as you can get in America, and most females in the West who have some type of looks or appeal would rather be an OF performer or be part of Chad and Tyrone's midnight booty call rotation. They're not interested in building anything the hard and honest way with a great guy. And I say this all the time. If you're a loser in America or the UK, you're going to be a loser with more money in a developing country. If you're not in shape and aren't financially stable, no quality woman anywhere will want to deal with you because her father or family won't allow them to be with a loser. Just because these foreign women are in poor countries doesn't mean they're stupid. They have access to the internet like anyone else. They're not less human because of their financial situation. They're disgusted by a fat slob, unemployed Madden King just like anyone else.
Yeah.
But don't mischaracterize what's really going on here, and don't make it seem as though like there's a growing body of women in America who are seething over guys who are traveling elsewhere to find a partner.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah,
like literally no one cares.
Yet the young turds covered this. All these bedwenches may not care right now, but when they finally want to settle down and retire because they're tired of being a career lady, there's no one that's going to save them. Because the good men they screwed over will be overseas already or gone MGTOW. The males that they friend-zoned to keep close to them as a backup plan will move on to a traditional woman who prioritizes them from day one. When these Decepticons finally hit the wall, they'll be crying on social media asking where have all the good men gone. Let's read the comments. Top comment says, why do they completely ignore the part that women play in this recent phenomenon? Any well-traveled guy will tell you there is a clear and stark difference between American and foreign women. Physically, they are more obese overall and not well put together. Mentally, they tend to be more rude, condescending, and standoffish. They want to be paid the same as you, but also demand you pay for everything. They want you to approach them, but will also call you a predator for doing so. If you're too forward, you're aggressive. But if you do even the most slightly innocuous feminine thing, you give them the ick. They want you to show more emotion, but if you show any sign of anger, you're toxic. If you cry, it's a major turnoff and you're seen as weak. And if you don't show anything at all, you're emotionally unavailable. Y'all aren't even approachable here anyway. Always in group circles, with RBFs, scoffing and rolling your eyes and screaming at men who approach you in public. This reaction from men should come as no surprise whatsoever. And the fact that you keep shaming them even more without addressing your role in this at all is just further proving that point. Most men are attracted to fit women, not hogs like you see in America or the UK. These females in the West have a whole movement called the body positivity movement, which shames men for having physical standards. And these standards can easily be met with a lifestyle change, but that's accountability, something feminists are allergic to. Working out and dieting, dare I say, takes work. And we all know that modern women are allergic to work. That's why they get the easiest jobs out there or outright become an e-hooker. Another comment points out, LMAO. If women in the West are so much better, how come no one is traveling to meet them? As a matter of fact, passport sisters who travel to Southeast Asia to find a husband are just used and dumped. Look it up. Even here in Europe, no one is or wants to date seriously American women anymore. It's gonna get a lot worse for Western women before it gets any better. Exactly. Only poor men from developing countries are chasing American women for the green card. Especially the post-wall 40-year-olds who become so desperate they'll fly halfway around the earth to find a man. Most men in the West have never experienced a real woman experience, because most females in the West are masculine, loud, and rude. Another from an immigrant. As someone who's immigrants to this country, I noticed two things from American women. One, they are super entitled. I swear I never seen people who are so entitled in my life. Two, they want what they don't have themselves. For example, if I want a housewife, then I have to provide for her, but these women want traditional husbands while they have zero traditional wife skills or attitude. They want a husband to work and pay all the bills and come home and cook and clean for them. I genuinely feel sorry for young American men. As I've said this many times, pretty women in the feminist West are the most privileged class on earth. They don't want to do any wife duties but marry the top % men to live a vacation lifestyle that only celebrities live. They look at Beyonce, who's 1 in a billion, and think all relationships should be like hers with Jay-Z, a mythical power couple when they're the extreme exception to the rule. Beyonce and Jay-Z live more lavishly than most politicians, including the governors of every state and senators. That's why, if you're serious about starting a family, move to a traditional country or region of the world that your immigrant grandparents or parents came from. You'll live happily ever after, while the second-hand women in the West will die alone asking where have all the good men gone. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.